9, we got previews and picks coming at you here. Week 9, 6:30 hour, we got some 6:30 and 7:30 hours, some close games we're looking at here. We're kicking it off with JFK coming off a couple of big wins they've strung together. The Moose Knuckles suffered a big loss against Shake and Bake the past week. Still JFK 5-2-1 versus the Moose Knuckles at 4-3. You know, after last week, got to go with the momentum. Don't see it going that well for the Moose Knuckles. You know, geez, after that I'd give 5.5 runs to JFK, as much as I hate to.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. In Moose Knuckles' first season, which was last spring, spring of 2011, they actually, about midway through the season, they played Just for Kicks, and they upset them, which was at the time one of the biggest upsets in regular season history, because you know, JFK doesn't lose many games, period. So they're one of the few teams that actually has a win against JFK on their resume. So I know that that may be in the minds of some of the JFK guys who are still on the team. So they may be looking to exact a little bit of revenge for that. And I agree. I think 5.5 is a good line. I think this is going to be tough. Although, with that said, with Moose Knuckles, it really just depends on who shows up. I mean, they're a completely different team when they have Brian Turcotte there. So he's a game changer. So if he's there, then
kind of sways it a little bit.
It sways it. I would go down a couple runs on there because he's that much of an impact player. But I don't know if he's going to be there or not.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to play these guys last week, and it's a team, man, that's on the right path, that's running shop through the season and looking forward to the playoffs. I don't see any surprises this game. I'll go with you guys with the line 5.5, but I got JFK by 6 runs, but we'll make it 5.5.
Yeah, it's going to be tougher for Moose Knuckles, too, without their catcher, Daniel Graham, who's in state for a job. So,
and that guy was well on his way to marketing himself for the draft in the summer. It's just a damn shame that he had to further his career and leave us.
So Moose Knuckles is going to have to do some adjustments there. So they'll have their hands full because JFK, they put the pressure on constantly.
They do.
Top to bottom. Then the second game of the 6:30 hour. I'm going to give it to you, gentlemen, because we got Shake and Bake versus Rumspringa. Identical 5-2-1 records. You are both currently tied for second in the standings. Lay your cases on me. I will be the one making the pick this week. So, who wants to give it to me first?
After you
at $1 every time I said that.
I appreciate it. This is going to be a great game. If I remember correctly, Rumspringa, Shake and Bake. We've had some pretty defensive struggles. Me and you personally, we've had some fun times. A lot of ties, a lot of no-run score. Yes, when you put two people from Bank of America together, just the bank of opportunity, there's no opportunity to get some runs.
Very few opportunities.
As long as you two don't file for bankruptcy.
But this is going to be a good game. We played you guys in the round tournament last season, and you know, we were joking about how this is going to be another tie because we had 2 ties before we played that. I was like, well, what are we going to do now? And you guys showed up and had some offense going on there. Great players, and yourself and AJ that I remember. I see this being kind of a more of an offensive game. I got, you know, maybe like 5-4, 4-5, either way. People are going to get on base, people are going to score, but you know, I'm going with my team. We're going to show up and lay it down, but I think 1 run at most has always been competitive. It's going to, I think, stay the same. No blowouts in this one.
Yeah, the first time we played was the first week, actually Shake and Bake's first game ever, and it was a 0-0 tie. And then when we faced in the playoffs last year, I think the score was either 5-2 or 6-2.
Yeah.
So, but we were just hot that day. Obviously, we rode that all the way to the finals to win. But I think it's it's going to be a good matchup. Rumspringa's having a good year. I think you guys are going to be looking to bounce back after last week against JFK. Shake and Bake, we typically do well scoring, but I think the Rumspringa defense is one that's going to give us some trouble. So I think it'll be a good game. But I can't.
Very political correct analysis on both parts.
Yeah, I mean that was way too friendly. Like,
I'll kill you.
Lots of respect,
I don't like where that's going. Shake and Bake scoring 5.63 runs a game. That's first in the league. But recently, like you said, y'all been giving up some runs. You have as well. Yes, okay. But Rumspringa is still giving up 2.5 a game. That's nothing to sneeze at. I'm with you that I think both teams will come to play in this. I'm just gonna, some runs are gonna be scored on both sides. I see. I like, what you're thinking, like that. I'm just sort of gonna come together on that 6-2 game and that 5-4 prediction from you, like a 6-4 for Shake and Bake. It's gonna depend. Rumspringa, I've seen your games. You made some mistakes. Sort of what hurt you. Some wild throws here and there. You can lock that down. I think it's a 2-run game that could very well swing either way in the final inning. But I'm just going to have to go 1.5. I want to go 2, but I'll say 1.5 to move some money towards Shake and Bake.
Well, since we're on the subject of Rumspringa, I do want to give a shout out to Scotty Moriarty and his new bride Sabra. So congratulations, guys. Really happy for you.
Yeah, it was awesome wedding, great reception, just two fantastic people coming together as one. So congratulations to you guys, wish you all the best.
And all the best. Yes. And in the last game, I had nothing else for that. Weddings choked me up, so I can't talk about it. I'm getting a little nervous.
Yeah, wait till the women's podcast gets a hold of this. What dress are you gonna wear?
No, I could out-talk them on weddings any day. I watch my Bridezillas, I watch my... Is this still... Okay, third game. 5 o'clockers are playing Chicken Tetrazzini. The 5 o'clockers coming off that tie against JFK and a victory over PBJ. Chicken Tetrazzini took it in week 8. They took the sauce. 5 o'clockers are looking to... After the forfeit, they're sort of forcing themselves back into that conversation with the 2 through 5. Based on the point system, they're a little below those teams, but I think they're fired up, to win some games, make the final push, towards that second or first spot. So I don't see them going easy on the CTs. 4 runs, 5 o'clockers. Maybe more, but I'll say 4 because CT has a history of sort of stepping up to play with those teams.
Yeah, it depends. CT's been, their offense has been coming around a little bit lately. They've been scoring some runs. They haven't been shut out in several weeks. So I think it's, there's progress being made, and I think that they're coming around. The 5 o'clockers, they don't score a lot of runs for as great as the season they're having. I don't think that they're a prolific offense.
2.88 per game.
Yeah, 2.88, which is respectable, but it's not certainly, when you get up into the 4s and 5s with some of the other top teams, I think that's kind of a, so I don't think, they haven't blown out too many people. So
that is the number 9th ranked offense, which you don't expect to see from a team who has yet to lose a game.
They've had a tough schedule.
True.
Obviously, they've had some really good defenses up against them, but just overall, I don't think that they really have that killer instinct there. So I'll say I'll go 3.5. I think this one's going to be surprisingly close, but I think that Chicken Tetrazzini is going to hang with them for a while. They'll probably make a couple of mistakes, and that'll be the difference in the game.
Yeah, I go with you guys on that. Probably around like 2.5, 3 runs, 5 o'clockers. They're gonna show up. Chicken Tetrazzini's gonna try. They hang in there for about 3 innings, I think, and I think it's just gonna something in that offensive line for the 5 o'clockers is gonna kick in with Curtis, Josh, all those guys, and then them girls too. Man, the 5 o'clock girls can get on base and get some stuff done. So I got about 3. I'll go 3 runs, 2.5.
3.5. 5 o'clockers, I think, it sort of meets somewhere in the middle for us. All right, that's 6:30 games. I got some good ones there and some even better action coming up in the 7:30 hour. Stick around, we'll pick those.